Rutgers here now to our set. I hope you all have been enjoying all the mascots. Of course, everybody loves Rutgers here in New Jersey. We think about the Big Ten. We think about football. And I don't have too many stats on Rutgers in particular, but I do know it's a great school and a good one. And I hope, are you having a good day today? Yeah, it's good. Did you enjoy ringing the opening bell? Really? I can't believe. Did you find it one of the most exciting days ever? Oh, medium. Yeah. Will you come back, do you think? Do you think that maybe it's because of you that the stock market went from negative to positive? Oh, for sure. For sure, it's all you. I mean, I think that is definitely some good news there. Do you think that we'll hit some new highs soon on Wall Street? I mean, that would be good for your 401k and IRA. Do you have a 401k and IRA? Yeah? Oh, okay. So that's good. So there you have it. Rutgers looking good here today. We thank you. Yeah, so that's looking good. I wish you guys good luck, though I'll have to vote for Michigan State. I'm sorry. But, I got dissed. I'm dissed. It's okay. It's all good. Mwah. It's okay. I love everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Dave Altavilla, Principal Analyst, Hot Tech Vision and Analysis with me. We wanted to talk a little bit about NVIDIA here today. Obviously, the big news is NVIDIA after the bell.
Absolutely. Good to see you again, Nicole. Thanks for having me. Love the collegiate optimism for the market, by the way. Good stuff. Yeah, it's an exciting backdrop today for sure for the market, for the AI chips euphoria that's been going on, and if it can still sustain despite significant headwinds with China export restrictions. We'll have to see what NVIDIA comes out with, but I am feeling pretty optimistic at this point.
So at this point now, I mean, a lot of folks talk about how NVIDIA is known for beating the street. We've seen a lot of price target raises, too, on names like NVIDIA and AMD. Though there is some concern about the price of the stock. Is it too frothy, for example? Do you expect the beat? Do you obviously go along with the price target raises that we've been seeing in some of these tech names?
I do, and I'll tell you why. I think if we think back to what NVIDIA guided on last quarter, for the current quarter, they offered a raise, and it was despite a significant hit in China export restrictions, $8 billion hit. They quantified it for us. And I expect that they're going to make that number and they're going to guide up for the coming quarter. And really, there's also some tailwinds coming in because those restrictions are being lifted a little bit with potentially deals with the U.S. government, a little rev share deal for NVIDIA and AMD to ease those restrictions. So the other thing we need to remember, too, is that demand still far outstrips supply. And I think NVIDIA is shipping any Blackwell chip that isn't nailed down to all other geographies in addition to China.
And so at this point, look, we hear that NVIDIA will also have a new brain, and that could also sort of boost the bottom line. Do you think there's something to that?
Absolutely. I'll be listening closely to this earnings call on the company's messaging for its annual AI chip architecture release cadence that it has committed to. And I'll be listening closely to what's coming beyond Blackwell, the company's Rubin chip architecture. They should be talking a little bit about that, so I'm going to have my ear to the ground on that. Another area that's a big growth opportunity for the company is physical AI, otherwise known as robotics, right? So physical AI, industrial robotics, autonomous vehicles are a type of robot, for example, and even, yes, those humanoid robots that might be a little freaky in our homes, they're working on this. This is a significant tens to hundreds of billions of dollar market opportunity. The company just got through releasing this week its Jetson AGX Thor developer kit for developers, a tool based on Blackwell. This Blackwell architecture in robotics also brings a significant performance uplift. And so the company's betting big on robotics to add additional opportunity beyond just the data center. The other area that I'm going to be listening to is GeForce Gaming. We're running up to the holiday shopping season now, and GeForce is a significant performance leader in the PC gaming market versus rivals like AMD. recent price softening closer to NVIDIA's MSRP has come to fruition in the market, and I think it's going to make gamers a little bit more apt to make a move on a new graphics card in the shopping season. So I'm going to be interested to hear what they report on GeForce and for the future quarter as well.
Yeah, I like all those details there. I mean, when we talk about the Blackwell chip and getting that now, negotiating to try and get that over to China, we did see the 15% of the revenues of chips sold to China will go back to the government. Are you okay with that? I mean, in fact, I think they did a negotiating process, 20%, 15%. You know, what do you think of something like that?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I'm not big on having government meddling in my tech. I'm a tech analyst, and it kind of goes against the grain. But we have to remember, Nvidia is shipping its H20 chip, which is actually based on previous generation chip architecture. It's not Blackwell, and it's kind of a gimped chip, if you will, that is, you know, targeted specifically for the China market to give them Nvidia's tools to develop on and silicon to build upon. But it's a couple of generations back, and so I'm okay with it. I hope the rev share deal works out for Nvidia and AMD and allows them to ship, you know, more readily into China because I think it's important for the developer ecosystem over there to have access to the product in developing on U.S. technology. So.
Well, it's great to speak with you, Dave. You gave us a lot of details. We really appreciate it. NVIDIA right now, 179 and change. Dave Altavilla, principal analyst, Hot Tech Vision and Analysis. Thank you. Of course, we want to look at a trade, right? Tom White, host of Fast Market, is with us, and you have an example trade, this one being bullish. Care to share? Let's check it out.
Yeah, Nicole, a couple different ways to look at this one. The first one I'm going to take a look at is mostly bullish, right? Taking advantage of maybe if you think the stocks are going to move higher post earnings. It's down a little bit today on the news that China might be ramping up their AI chip production over there. I think that's denting the stock here a little bit, but you know, the stock's up 34% so far this year. If you expect it to have a good report, a lot of the whisper numbers as far as revenue are 1, 2, 3 billion above what they expect at this point. So that could be, you know, a bullish sentiment here. So I looked at a strategy that's not a pure earnings play, though. I'm not doing anything in the August 29th weekly cycle that expires on Friday. I went out to the September 19th monthly options that expire in 23 days. For a call vertical, buying the basically at the money 180 strike call, and then against it, we're going to sell the 195 strike call. So a bullish $15 wide call vertical to the upside. You're going to pay roughly, I've got a $6 debit on here. You can see there from the risk profile, it's probably trading closer to $5.50 right now because the stock has continued to move down. But the debit you pay is going to be your risk. So if you pay $6, you got $600 in risk. That can expand to $15 if it goes above 195, which would be a fresh all-time high on the stock. It takes your break even up to 186 to the upside. That's only about just under 3% above the current share price. And the option market pricing in about a plus or minus $11 move in the stock post earnings expected on a one-day move. That's about 6% either way in the shares. So this is well within that one standard deviation move. Pretty directional, and because you're buying a vertical like this, paying a debit, if you get the move you want, it gives you some flexibility as far as trade management goes. You can close it ahead of expiration over the next 3.5 weeks, or you can wait, let it try to get max profitability if it goes above 195. The only thing you don't want on this one, Nicole, you don't want this thing to stay where it is or go lower.
Yeah, understood. Okay. How about a more neutral example trade? I mean, there are some concerns that maybe this is fully priced. I heard at least one person say that this morning.
Yeah, they've been wrong over the last couple of years if they said that, Nicole. But this one's a little bit more conservative. You're playing probabilities on this example trade. It's still taking that bullish directional bias, but I shortened up the duration. I went out to the September 5th weekly options, so about 9 days to expiration on this one. Not a pure earnings play. In case you do get a pullback in the stock, it gives yourself some time and an additional week for the stock to kind of rebound. But going out to that September 5th weekly options, selling the 172.5 strike put And then against it, because we always want to stay risk defying going into earnings on this, buy the 167.5 strike put. So a short, neutral to bullish $5 wide put vertical. You're going to collect roughly, I've got a $1.25 credit on here. Probably collect closer to $1.50 on it right now. But if you do collect that $1.25 credit, that's what you can make, $125 in profitability on this one with $375 in risk. But the key here is the break even on this one where you start to lose money goes all the way down to 171.25 to the downside. That's just over 5% below the current share price. So almost that one standard deviation move on this one. The probability that that short 172.5 strike put that you sell in this strategy will be out of the money at expiration, about 67%. So there's the trade-offs that we talk about. You've got more risk on this one than what you can profit on it, but at the same time, you're giving yourself a better probability of success where you've got over a 5% cushion to the downside before you start getting hurt on this one.
Tom White, always great to have you on with these example trades each morning on Morning Trade Live. Thank you so much. Good luck there at NVIDIA and example trade.